All right, so let's see if we can get Fame on this call since we mentioned Vaseraga. Hold on,
Please.
where the hell is Fame? And just to make sure everything, so the one on the left is my matchup chart. The one on the right is your matchup chart. So everything on the right is correct to your approval, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm about to create a group chat with the two of y'all right now.
Is he even on?
Yeah,
is
he is.
On Discord?
Yeah, he is.
Damn, that's crazy. Why is it that every time I say Namai sucks, like all the Namai mains get like tilted? Is it because I'm telling you?
Because it's you, Kizzy.
Is it because I'm talking about their wife?
I'm sorry. It's because it's you, Kizzy. It's you.
What do you mean it's me?
You're like remember like the alignment chart. You're like chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. So you have hot takes that people won't necessarily like, but
I mean, I'm not gonna be like everybody else. What? I have my own opinion on things. Here we go.
All right. So we have. Hi, Fave.
Is this working?
Yeah, it's working.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and ask. So, Fame, I don't know what you did to Taker, but like he's out here saying like some cap ass shit, saying that Vaseraga beats Percival. So whatever you did to him, like, yo, good shit, because I never knew that you could actually break a human like this into saying some cap ass shit in 2020 and 2021. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, yo, good shit. But you, Taker, bro, you need to stop capping, bro. Please stop capping. Please stop capping, bro. It's 2021. The vaccine is being distributed. Take that shit.
I already did.
Stop being a maskless, taskless motherfucker, bro.
Okay, please. so I haven't been in the stream. So what number did he say?
That shit said disadvantage 4-6, bro.
He says advantage 6-4. I say disadvantage 4-6.
Okay, so all right. So I personally think you can say either 5-5, or I think Vaseraga might win this patch like slight advantage, but no like 6-4, any of that. Not this patch,
bro.
On either side,
bro. I think Percival still fucks this character up pretty badly. I think the only thing that's really nice, honestly, is the fact that you can kind of react to my fireball now. Other than that, I still think that matchup is fucking hard.
So like there's a lot of things that like happen to Vaseraga, particularly this patch. So it's like, now we're just gonna like put Percival's nerfs aside.
Yeah, because they don't mean anything, to be honest with you.
I don't agree, but I'm not really gonna have that argument right now.
I mean, EX Slide. That's it. Let's if we're not going to talk about EX Slide, let's talk about all the other nerfs. Because if you're going to say his Far M is a nerf, I actually don't agree with that, because they actually made it more safe, and he only reduced it to 1 frame.
I feel like little like number changes like that matter a lot in this game, though. Like
you said numbers don't change.
I said number change, like small like frame changes like that in this game matter a lot, actually.
Yeah, but like it also made it more safer. So I'm saying, like, before, if I did Far M in certain ranges, you could actually just punish that shit. And now that you can't punish it anymore, and it has less disadvantage, I think that number also matters a lot too.
That's also true.
Yeah, and like it's not like Vaseraga got like Lancelot normals where it shit is like 5 frames. You know, he still, like, even his Far L is a commitment. You know, and like, because your Far L is a decent commitment, I feel like poking against a character that has godlike pokes is hard. And then the thing is about it, you're slow too, so it's not like you can like maneuver around. And then that big change where like your stomps don't turn around, that also makes it where you have to commit more if I'm going to do an option or not. You can't like necessarily react. You have to kind of anticipate more. That also limits your options. And it's like it's already hard for you to get in against that character.
Well, I can see where you're getting at there. They also made it so he moves before the opponent when he actually armors through something. That affects a lot of interactions in this matchup, since he gets armor very often. Since Percival often has to stock up. Since he always has the armor all the time, those cancel options where you generally have to leave him at a lot of sizable gaps that are like more than 5 frames, he gets to take full advantage.
Yeah, I just feel like if I look at 3 stocks versus 1 armor, I feel like the 3 stocks is an advantage, right?
I don't personally agree, but I can see your perspective.
So I'm just saying, like, if you will see one, like, say for example, you get 1 armor, right, and I get 3 stocks, and I use 1 stock and use 1 armor, that means I still have 2 stocks, right? And that means that if I do scout out your armor call, I get a good amount of reward for that, right? If the player, if we're gonna talk about like a matchup, the Percival player has to be aware that you need armor to kind of like, get your game going, right? Especially in the neutral, because you can anticipate block strings with that shit, and that's what makes it like really good. It's like, oh, if I know you're gonna do this block string, armor automatically forces respect. But then if you don't have no armor, then what? Then most of the things that you're respecting is like EX moves, but you're spinning EX move when I'm spinning a stock, you know? And then technically I still have 1 stock left. And most of the time in this patch particular, it's very easy to stock up now because now, like, oh, if I do this combo, I could do far L into M thrust, or I could do M thrust, I could do EXDP, like all of that gives me like 3 stocks, right? Except for, and then for your side, it's like, oh, if I get this niche hit in this particular area, oh, I could finally get armor, or to have to commit in neutral. You have to commit. That is a commitment, right? And I think that's way more harder to deal with. That's way more harder to maintain in terms of what I'm applicating, if that makes sense. That's hard to maintain.
So, like, the thing with that is that Vaseraga has a sizable amount of options in neutral he can RPS with. You can't exactly keep all those options in mind, so he can slip in the armor if you're mixing up your options well. And if he's right with that armor, not only does he get it back, but he's generally going to do more damage than what Percival would do with that stock.
Yeah, but that's a risk, right? What do you think that's a risk that the player's taking?
There's a risk that both players are taking in this situation.
Well, it depends, because the Percival don't have to do anything.
I could definitely see that was the case last patch, mainly because EXDP helped keep a lot of Vasaraga's options in check since it covered like multiple things. But now with the invuln nerf, it's harder for him to like check multiple options at once.
Well, I personally think that even though with the EX change, the EXDP change, I definitely feel that wasn't the reason why that matchup was even hard to begin with. That was an option that was actually obnoxious to deal with. That wasn't the sole purpose of why that was hard. I think the fact that my normal exchange are the hardest part, and then it's the quality of life things that I could just like YOLO, like, oh, you did this, YOLO DP, So I personally think that the neutral is still intact, and none of that really got nerfed outside of stockless stuff. But if you want to talk about knockdown, you could still get a knockdown off like 1 option, but you still have that option. And then the fact that Vaseraga is slow, it's not like if I'm full screen and like, yeah, you get armor, yeah, I get 3 stocks. Shit, I could probably get 4 stocks depending on the range I'm in. So even with that, like if you burn like an M move, that means you're burning an armor. Now with the change where if I do a dash, it doesn't cost a stock anymore. So like that's the thing. It's like I still have those resources. So it's really hard for, in my opinion, Vaseraga to just safely do this. Like all of it is risk. It's a risk. And yeah, you have high health. That's fine, right? But it's not like Percival don't have high damage. So like, is it really high health in that perspective when like I'm doing like high damage majority of the time? Like does that like then yeah, the health matters in the long run, but is it really that like huge of a deficit where it's like, oh, I could gamble these options all the time and I'll be okay?
Well, to start at the beginning of the point here where you were mentioning that the neutral was attacked, that part I do agree on, is that Percival doesn't really have too many issues in neutral when he's not armored up. However, the main reason why I had a problem with the matchup pre-patch was mainly one, the EXDP kept like Vaseraga taking full advantage of the chip game. The EX slide being -1 on block, and he had a 6-frame normal, so that made like pressure really obnoxious when he's basically a command throw character.
They made his light slide and M slide more safer, right? So I technically think it's the same thing, but now it's not an EX move. Wouldn't you believe that that's still a really hard thing to deal with?
It's
like a -6. It's -6, but I don't think you have a far L to like stop that, right? Or it's like -5. -6. I don't think you have a far L to stop that, right?
His 2L reaches fairly far.
Yeah, but I don't like the way you get hit by slide. It's outside of like any far normal range. Like you could space it where it's no normal can like reach outside of an M, but it's not a punish. And that's free chip. That's one of the things that also makes Percival really good too. He has very, very abusable chip scenarios in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, it may not do like a lot here, but it did a lot in like 20 seconds. So I still feel like he could just, honestly, I still feel like he could beat Vaseraga with literally far M light slide if he really wanted to.
I personally don't think that's enough, but I do definitely think there's an argument for an even matchup. I don't think Percival wins this patch though.
I think that shit is free.
But at the same time, in our current environment, we can't even like check.
Yeah, we can't even try to see. Yeah, exactly. But I look at it like this: it's the fact that your character has to take mad risk against a high damage character majority of the time, that doesn't sound advantageous to me. That's how I look at it. The fact that you have to take mad, or what people like to say now, RPS risk, that doesn't sound favorable. And if I don't have to take risk most of the time, that sounds pretty nice for me. That's you living month to month, and that's me. That's you living month to month on rent, and it's me like, oh shit, I got like $5K still in the bank. Oh, I guess I could buy this, or I guess I could do this, or I could save it up, So I just think that from that standpoint, the fact that it sounds like you have to take mad risk, it doesn't sound favorable. It doesn't sound like a favorable position for you. That's why I say in neutral, it's really hard. It's really hard, and I still think that it's still hard too.
So, like, our main difference of mindset here is that on my end, with the way I usually play the risk, I don't really take risks with Vaseraga this patch that aren't, like, I'm not about to, like, make bank off of this risk potentially. So, like, a lot of, like, these neutral distinctions I make with Armored Stance or such in the mid-range, I generally know that if I'm wrong, I'm not really putting myself at a huge disadvantage here.
Well, the thing with that is, I feel that against Percival in particular, I don't really feel like there's a lot of variations where it's not a bad thing. Like if I get a far L into EXDP, you're already in trouble. Like because now I got 3 stocks and I get like a meaty far M. Like that's already like really, really not looking the best already, right? Or if I read a jump in, if I get like an air to air, I get 1 stock. Like it's already like really hard for you. Or if I get a 2H, then that's already really hard for you too. Like I feel like those little niche like things that are particularly for the Vaseraga Percival matchup, it puts you in a hard situation. And it's not like your jump is like super strong. Like honestly, if the Percival could flowchart and just do light DP, and honestly, it just for me, it sounds like there hasn't been a Percival player that you played that puts you in a situation where you feel like you have to take big risk all the time. And that's where I feel the disconnect in the conversation right there. And I completely understand that because, of course, it's online and not a lot of people even play his character, which is beyond me. It actually is unbelievable. Not a lot of people play his character. But I feel like you haven't experienced what I'm trying to talk about. And we can't discuss that because it's fucking online. So I'm not saying that you're wrong in aspect, but I'm just letting you know of the possibilities that you can experience what I'm talking about. If you care or I care enough when things open back up, which is probably 2020, 30, you know, but whatever.
2020, 30.
I'm gonna be real. At this point, the next time we see each other is probably just gonna be us trying to strive for like the first time in April.
Yeah, so that's how I feel. But yeah.
In terms of like Percival, though, the main person that like really pushed me when it came to this matchup though was Deb when she was still playing the game.
Yeah, and she was and you know what's crazy? Me and her, we was DMing and I was like, yo, these are the godlike shit that you should just be doing because this character's ridiculous. And you can ask her whenever you get a chance to talk to her again. And tell her I said what's good because I haven't talked to her in a minute. But if you do, yeah, like I kid you not, like me and her, we was like I was telling like, yo, this is what you should do. You can do this in this matchup. She was giving me ideas like, yo, you should do this in this matchup. You should do that in the matchup. Like everything that like me and her was on the same wavelength, and like watching her apply the things that what she was talking about, it's like it was great. And like that's why I feel, and I still stand to the day because it's not like the things that. It's not like his normals got taken away from him. You know, if his normals got like smoked, I'd be like, oh yeah, that matchup might be, you know, in your favorite. But like the normals are still intact. They're still there. And if not, now that like go ahead.
So like the point you bring up with the normals is why I'm like hesitant to say that Vaseraga would win the matchup. So like I'm still like taking that part into account, but it's like a lot of like some of the potential neutral changes, like you said, like some of the anti-air situations per se, like those are gonna be a bit of a hard judge at the time because, like, of course, environment.
Right. I'm just taking easy input to consideration and everything else. You know, like when I look at easy input situation, that is basically a free ass dragon punch by pressing forward, and you don't have to even deal with the jump mind game. It's like if he's in his range, that's the option that you should do. You may not get like 10,000 damage for it, but since you're so high in the air, you get a situation that is advantageous.
Yeah, the reverse is also true though, since like he can use a lot of his special moves in situations where oftentimes if you had like used technical input, you wouldn't be able to check a lot of responses Percival would try to do. So if you were in a situation at the mid-range where you block like Percival slide, for example, and then you want to like force that RPS situation with like a -6 slide at max range, that's what you can start forcing like some of his special moves there to like make them rethink actually trying to go for that chip or to like go for the legs.
Yeah, like light slide not being like -6 now. That was like the biggest buff that they could give him because it's not like a lot of characters could really do anything at that range anyway. So the fact that now it's -6 and I can space it in a range where I'm still in my far M situation and you're not, like it automatically makes that situation like not necessarily in your favor, but since I got that chip or if I got that light hit, that's damage on the table and that's push block that push you into the corner. And you already are really slow, so it's not like you could really like maneuver and have like crazy options like that. So yeah, I just feel like majority of the times when I'm talking to neutral, I feel no advantage unless I did some like crazy shit and you like clap my shit and I gotta like come back and I gotta like, oh man, like I just took 80% damage and now I gotta like bounce back. Then yeah, I mean that's rough because you know, you could sit there and wall up with a fucking armor move. That's ridiculous. But like majority of the times, that's not going to always be the case. Those are like those niche situations, you know, where like the person's bad and they're going to like give you free donations, you know, like they would donate into the Fame Goodwill, you know. But as far as that, like in terms of just like when it says battle 1 begin, I don't really need stocks to beat you there. Having stocks is actually just like a icing on the cake, you know. It's an icing on the cake, and the reason why I say that is because I could still like do like nice little hits. I can still do nice little hits, right? It may not be a lot, but I'm still like the normals is still good. Now the reward on top of the normals where I get, and then I get a knockdown, then it's even harder for you because now my reward has double. It has a double, and it's more easier now. So That's how I look at that, man. I just look at in mid range. It's hard for you. You know, you gotta look, and then the thing is about it, you gotta look out for a lot of things. So you gotta look out for random dash slide, lord strike. You know, like the mid attack that's plus on block. You gotta look for all of that, and that's a lot of options to look for, including jump and buttons. And if you block any of those, it's like it's good for me.
Yeah, Percival and Vaseraga are similar in that regard. There's like a lot of options to look out for in neutral.
Yeah, I just feel like the return on just like me just being in mid range is just it's just nice. It's like it's nice. Like I actually don't even need to like do Oki on you because that's how like hard the neutral is for him.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I can't like fully agree on that at all. That like the neutral's like that hard, but not much we can do in our current environment. So for now, we're just gonna have to like agree to disagree.
Cool.
In those specific aspects.
That's cool.
I'm not sure where like taking like 4-6 advantage. That's kind of OD.
I was like kind of hesitant. I'm not gonna hold you. Like part of me was just like maybe it's just 4.5, 5.5, and I'm just bugging out. But
I mean, my thing is I want to know why. I want to know how does this character beat a character when he's in disadvantage in the mid range majority of the time.
Wait, were you calling Percival the best character?
I didn't say that. Well, I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm about to say. I was like, wait, what?
No, I was talking about Fame. Not Fame, not Vaseraga.
So personally, it was just like a culmination of things. The neutral buffs that Vaseraga got, including damage. It was just like a combination of things. The buffs that Vaseraga got, the nerfs that Percival got.
You mean EX Fly, right? And EX Fireball not knocked him down?
No, EXDP. EXDP was a good place to start.
EXDP too, right?
Yeah, because it's just like when I try to play, like maybe I was approaching the matchup wrong with. Well, it's probably more likely that I was approaching the matchup wrong. But whenever I tried to approach the matchup with Fame, it was mostly like trying to play the Fireball, take up and scarred. Man, shut the fuck up, King John.
Bro, you definitely been scarred.
Man, stop. So like when I try to play Fame in the matchup, it's mostly like trying to approach neutral differently. So throwing fireballs, trying to like make him come to me in a sense, because I just feel like I'm not the one that should be the aggressor. It has to be him. But there were points in the matchup where like if I see certain things from Fame, I could just easy input DP on reaction. So like him
so right there, when you say you don't have to be aggressive, I feel like the way if somebody would hear that, they would think that Percival has to be like on the defense, and I don't think that's the case. I feel like you have to be active and neutral, and you always have to check the character. That's what makes that really hard, because you always have to check them, and like check them in a range where like you're sitting there and you could decide to do something or not, you know, or you could just wait. And it's hard to really pick one of the two. You have to take a lot of like player awareness to kind of figure out what the opponent's doing, which is like seeing their habits and shit like that. But I'm talking about particularly like when I say that you like he has to take risk, meaning that I can literally press one button the whole time, and he has to play around that shit. Literally, he has to play around with far M, and then he has to, if he walks back and I walk forward, he's still in 5H range. But I don't have to press 5H. But the fact that he has to think about it allows me to just move forward without really doing anything, because he's trying to back up to get out of that range. It's not like Vaseraga could do like far M into like some shit, you know? Percival could definitely do some far M to some shit, right? Like that's the thing where I'm saying like in that particular aspect that like I could just sit there and I could just harass the character, you know? Like he has to jump. If he wants to walk in, if you want to walk himself in the corner the whole game, that's fine by me. I would love that, actually. You know, my birthday's around the corner too. Like, I would love that shit. But all I'm saying is the fact that he has to do something because I'm in those particular range. That sounds risky to me, and I don't understand how something that risky that you have to make these like risk to like stop me for what my character is doing doesn't seem advantageous for me. You know, Catalina could sit and press 2M or like 5H right? Vaseraga, I don't think he can really do that when I'm walking forward at him. So in that particular aspect, like the normals and the mid range exchanges, it's not in your favor, meaning that like you have to take risks. So I don't understand how that's advantage for Vaseraga at all. I mean, when he gets on top of you, bro, like yeah, you gotta you everybody's Pringles, you know. But I'm saying like in terms of everything else outside of that one aspect, what does he have the advantage over?
So if we're talking like what does Vaseraga have advantage over, for me it's typically just the fireball and how to put this like
Wait, does it knock down still?
It knocks down on counter hit, and the EX version always knocks down.
And the thing is, like,
so it knocks down on counter hit. Okay, that's actually pretty. That's still pretty nice. So light one and M or just M?
Both.
Oh, and then on top of that, like his fireball. So like, let's say we're trying to play a fireball war. Like, we're not even gonna mention stocks yet, right? But if we're both trying to play a fireball war, he has an advantage. Well, to me at least, he has the advantage because his fireball will always come off of cooldown quicker than my fireball will.
Yeah, I just feel like you don't have to play the fireball game with that character though. You don't have to play that game with him. I mean, are you going to play a fireball game with Catalina?
I have no problem doing that with Catalina.
You must have fun in Justin then, because I would never press fireball against that character. But I personally think that Percival's like fireball game, that's not what makes him like so ridiculous. So I'm saying like I think his normals are way more dominating than his fireball game. So I would say like why even try to play that game when you know it's not in your favor? Like I would like the moment like most the big changes is like most characters have big hurt boxes now when they throw their fireball. So because of that, like if you do preemptive buttons, that means you're gonna like interrupt fireballs anyway. So I would say like I don't think there's a good reason to play the fireball war with him. I would play the normal range because that's the normal exchange because that's in my opinion is going to be the rewarding part. Yeah, like honestly, like I just see no reason. I see no reason playing a fireball game with Gran, Jita, Catalina. Yeah, like I don't, and Vaseraga. It's the fact, and then the fact that he gets a knockdown off counter hit. Why would you even play that shit? That shit, you losing. You gonna lose. Yeah, that's how I feel. You gonna clap your shit up with fireball, so you might as well don't even play that shit. Not saying you don't do it at all. I'm saying don't play the game. Like don't play his fireball game. Don't play it. Like hit quit. Don't hit continue. Hit quit. Quit that shit. You know, like be like, all right, you can throw these fireballs. I'll throw one here, and then like that's it. You know, I'll throw one here and there. That's it. I ain't playing that shit. You won. But in terms of like neutral, in terms of like buttons and shit like that, you fuck him up with those normals. You are actually the tamer. Like he's in the cage, you put him in the cage, you lock that shit up, and anytime you try to break that lock, you swing. And he actually has to like play around that. That's why I feel like that shit is an advantage because of the return you get off. It's really nice. And it's not a lot of characters get that from like max range. It's actually pretty good.
This has been a very informing conversation, not gonna lie. Like,
nah, that's cool.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted like to have you both have this dialogue a while ago.
I mean, I mean, until somebody answer, yo, how can this matchup be disadvantage for Percival when in neutral it's hard for him. It's hard for Vaseraga. I got that out. You know, it was hard. So like because of that, and it's not like Percival is neutral is like good. That shit is one of the best in the game. It's one of the best in the game. So understanding because it's one of the best in the game, how is that disadvantage for him? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Like I'm not saying perfect. You're gonna play perfect in neutral and not lose any changes. But I'm saying like anytime you're playing that game, it's not in your favor. Every time you play that game, and the game is very neutral dependent. So how is it not advantage for person if most of the time the game is neutral? Like yeah, you might have some like armor behind the neutral and like shit like that, or like you have a better fireball, but at the same time, like you know, like for you to like do those type of things, that requires like a risk. You know, it's a risky thing. You know.
Part of me would say, like, you know what? Maybe I'll try Percival versus Vaseraga again with a different mindset. But then I remember I play Lance, who just wins the match at default by default. So, but it is something to consider because there may be like a time where like I get pushed to a corner and I'm not liking Lance, so I might just try out Percival. But this is.
Well, you probably don't have to worry about that anymore.
I mean, the only Vaseraga that still exists is fucking Fuselit, and he on PC.
Yeah, because I don't really play the game anymore, and I'm not sure how you do against that other one, as I don't keep up with them.
Fuselit?
Mm-hmm.
My shit got smoked.
Oh.
Yeah, I fucking roundhouse my fucking thing, so whoops.
Fuselit, I like when we play at first it's like usually even, but then eventually I start realizing like his habits and I start to break away with the advantage a bit. So, but I blame you for that because I'm like I don't get to fight Vaseraga as much as I used to. So I gotta relearn the matchup.
I mean, you could ask.
Yeah, there you go. And I could coach you too. Boom, bars.
All right, but that might be something to set up another day because I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours and I have yet to eat. And I got this roster pasta in the kitchen and I'm waiting to like.
I mean, you literally called me when I was cooking.
You
damn, bro. That means you gotta wait. You gotta stream another hour, bro.
That's crazy. Why I gotta stream another hour?
Cause you be capping, dog. My 45 minutes been up, capping ass, bro. Anyways, you guys enjoy y'all 2021.
Same to you.
You know, I've been hearing all the gunshots outside with all these, these cap stars and shit. So I'm about to.
Did you ever see that tweet I tagged you in?
Which one?
The fairy one.
Wait, what is it about fairy? What
made a fairy tweet?
Wait,
let me see if I can find the tweet. I remember tagging you in this.
What? First of all, what did it say? Let me guess. Downplay.
Top 3 in the game is Belial. This was pre-patch, by the way. Belial, Vaseraga, Zoe.
Yes, that's a very cap ass fucking tweet. Yes, I agree.
I was just like, you can't say anything about me until you address this.
That is extremely very offensive tweet. Yeah, I agree with that.
Hold on, let me see if I can find this tweet.
Why did they say Zoe?
I mean, why did they say Vaseraga? What? Zoe and Vaseraga? What are they doing that other characters like Lancelot aren't doing? Like crazy. So they're saying Zoe's not. So they're saying Fairy's not good.
Oh, they also said Fairy's
was fine.
They said Fairy's fine, but I thought
that's a lie. That's a lie, bro.
Let me see if I can find the rest of the tweets.
Dude, I like how this person said Fairy's not top 5 though. When one of the players in Japan has won almost $200,000 by playing Zoe.
Wait, 200,000?
I'm over exaggerating, but like 80,000. That's still a lot of money for. Yeah, bro. Name a tournament that when Mochi entered, he lost, except for that one tournament that the Matera player won. My man won every single tournament. How is that character not top 5 when literally that dude has won every tournament?
Oh, let me see if I can find this tweet. Because there was more. There was actually more.
Wait, how long ago was this tweet made?
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm going to be real with you. Majority of the fairy players I watch play are not that strong of a fairy player. They're just good at Grand Blue. But they are not playing the character at best level. Free. And they get mad. Oh, let me see that. What? $20? What happened? What you say? You talking shit?
Wait, what?
I was putting money in your pocket, bro.
Well, why is this caption needed?
Yo, just putting money in your pocket, dog.
I definitely still got that money though, so I'm good. I'm chilling. But
thank you. Yeah. Put some respect on that, bro. Yeah, you see
Lawayne is bottom.
You see the silhouette? That's a silhouette, bro, of a cap star right there. That's you.
Hold on, let me see if I can find this tweet. Can I not find it? Oh wait, have you seen this thing about Percival and his fireball on PS4 versus PC?
Yeah, I know about that. That's because you reduced the settings low, so it goes invisible.
Oh, no.
I know about that.
That's weird because I had it on max settings on mine.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah. It's annoying actually. It's actually annoying because you don't know if they're gonna jump over it or not, or they're gonna air block it. Like that shit is actually mad annoying.
All right, I think I'm approaching the tweet. Hold on.
But yeah, people saying like Fairy's top 5, I can definitely see why. Like,
Oh, here we
her
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I still think she's top 3, bro.
Look at these 3 tweets.
Not sure about 4 or 5, but no order of top 3. That's cap. Oh my god. Half of the cast is a bad matchup for her. I'm sorry, Lance wasn't more than 5-5. Bro, that is cap. Do you not understand that a person, listen to what I'm saying. One player has been winning every major with money on the line in Japan, and it's been the same dude. How is this character not top 3? He's won every tournament. He has, look at the pricing of all of the top, like the prize pool for any tournament, and look how much he made with Fairy. You're telling me this man has made all this made all this money with a low tier character? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I understand a player being good, but we cannot ignore the character strength, bro. The fact that you could literally sit full screen and just hit 3 buttons and bring out Gigi, bro. Come on, dog. Just because you're not as great as neutral doesn't mean the character is bad. That means you're not good. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that because you could improve. You can improve on that. But don't sit here and shut down and be talking all of this lying shit, you know? Don't be sitting here capping, bro. Like that shit is crazy. What? Not sure about 4 and 5? Not even gonna at least be honest? You gonna lie to the chat? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So when season 2 dropped, and I saw like some of the stuff go down, I just decided to just like let stuff simmer for a bit and just like wait for the tournament. So then I saw like Mochi win again, even though like there was like a lot of close calls there.
Yeah,
like,
he did. Yeah, he did.
So I can definitely understand if people say between top 3 or top 5. I personally have her like, I want to say number 4. Nani? Or was it 5 when I made that thing? Yeah, it was either 4 or 5. Because she has like a few matchups that are like a bit questionable at the moment.
I mean, all I'm saying, bro, is.
But her strength as a character can't be denied. Because like her game plan is like extremely consistent.
Bro, it's literally the same. Like she literally played the moment she gets a hit, the matchup looks the same. It actually just looks
that's basically
the same.
it, right?
Yeah, it's like the moment she gets the initial hit, the matchup looks the same. Oh, did you get out of this? Oh, you didn't? Rinse and repeat. She's like Poison, but weaker? Bro, she's way better than Poison. She has a DP. Excuse me? Somebody get him out of here. Somebody shoot him. Mods. Real ice. Get him.
I was about to say, that's not even a good comparison.
Get him. Ice, somebody. Get him. King John. Bro. He's affecting the society, bro. Please. Get him out of here.
Realize she's like, let me try to reason
him. All right, go ahead. Fair enough, dog. Because, woo, bro, I had the hollow tips waiting, dog.
Okay, so I can understand like making like a Street Fighter comparison, but why Poison?
Poison top tier though. Yeah, Poison is top tier. And then imagine giving a character with a versatile option and a move that constantly hits you without making a commitment. All those times. I know. I'm just saying, bruh, the DP alone, you cannot. That makes the comparison even absolutely, bro. This character is different. This character built different, bro. Like she has a reversal. She has a reversal. She literally pressed. Like I found out her DP is not even a 4 easy input. That shit is neutral.
Wait, what?
It's
I think
6.
it is. Yeah. Oh, it's 6. Okay, never mind. Even still, bro, 6 button. And the moment you jump, you just shoot it. You just let it rip. You have 18,000 anti-air options. that
Yo,
you can choose from.
5M being an anti-hero still annoys me.
Bro, she get anti-air personable with close M. When I seen that, I said, "Wow, your brain just got even more brainless."
Because because jump-ins in this game only go up to class level 2, and guess what Fairy 5M is? Class level 2.
Exactly, low tier though. But anyways, like I was saying, bro, like the fact that you got people downplayed it just shows me that they're not good. They're not good with the character. They're just good at the game, and they just need to get good. It's that simple, bro. It's literally that simple. You know, because you can say this character suck all you want, and then you can look on a different side of the globe on Earth, and you see this dude making $80,000 with this character. So who am I going to listen to?
Wait, Tega, what class level you said Fairy 4M is?
5M, close 5M is 2.
Oh, close 5M. Oh, I heard the wrong button. Okay, carry on.
The shit that every
So
fairy
everybody-
likes to the shit that every fairy likes to AA with that's not DP.
All right. Real talk, I need Kizzie and Powell to quit Gramble versus and fade on Gundam. Yo, I'm down to run Gundam, bro. So I'm down to run in some Gundam. I actually play 7 Swords, bro. You know, the only game I will always downplay is Guilty Gear Rev 2. It's because, you know, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I just love getting people mad in that game because that shit is hilarious. But I am being truthful everywhere else. I have become a clean man. I've been baptized with the truth and honor. But I just don't dive in the water in Rev 2. But I am truthful. Trust me when I say this. Trying to be honest with you. But anyways, I actually got to dip out.
Alright.
But y'all both need to stop capping, all right? It's 2021, and I know you guys are trying to be different. It's cool. Like, I like the approach. I like the neutral approach you guys are doing with 2021. It's clean. It's solid. But y'all got to stop capping, bro. That's all I'm asking for you guys. You got to have to stop capping. I hear it. I hear it at night when I'm sleeping. I hear it. And when I go outside, it's the same gunshots from Tega's Capstar Mansion, you know? So I'm just saying, like, you have to stop. You have to. And nobody still haven't shot my man Zerg, bro. So the fact that he's still living, all you guys in the chat are Capstars too. And I'm out of here, bro. Peace out.
Alright, later, yo. Damn, he really wanted Zerg to be shot.
So my man really did put that matchup 4-6, and I had to get called while I was making dinner.
Yo, listen. It wasn't even so much about the 4-6, and I was definitely humoring 0.5, 5.5. And I thought maybe I'm just ass at the matchup. But the reason you got called was because he said 6-4. That was the reason you get called. Like, that was it. Because so the way this stream was supposed to work out today, right, is that I was supposed to spit my agenda that unstocked Percival has the worst EX fireball in the game. That was today's agenda. Just to spit that little like into the air, right? Then Kizzy came in my chat. And I don't know what the fuck was going on, but Diaphone had asked. This is all Diaphone. This is all Diaphone fault. Now that I think about it, this is all Diaphone fault. Because Diaphone had asked, "Yo, what matches does Percival lose to?" And then Kizzy said, "Yo, let me hop on this call real quick." And now what was supposed to be what was supposed to be me eating my Rasta pasta now ended up into a call with Kizzy while he talked about certain matchups. So so on the right here, you see Kizzy's matchup chart, and on the left, you see my matchup chart for Percival. And I have a lot more even matchups, while he has a lot more winning matchups. So, and he thinks Percival just like cleans the clock out of several characters.
I think Kizzy's just similar to me, where we like to upplay our characters.
So, this is how all this happened. So, if anyone wants to point a finger, point a finger at Diaphone.
Man, why can't Granblue just have good netcode, man? solve
mean,
a lot of problems.
yeah, this is true. But the good news is now I have content for 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
I have content for 2 weeks. I have the matchup chart that I made with Kizzy, and I have that entire 45-minute dialogue between you and Kizzy. I have content for 2 weeks, so I appreciate y'all. Y'all think I'm tripping when I say I'm doing it for the clout, but I'm doing it for the clout.
It's so really hard to like try to like reasonably have a dialogue like this with Kizzy because like one, we can't even play.
Yeah, that's
If
the
we
hard
ever
part.
tried to play, it would be like 4 frames.
I mean, 4 frames on PC ain't that bad, but it's still kind of bad.
No, it's bad. No, don't cap. Kizzy was definitely right about one thing. You capping in here, like.
If I could play fucking Europe on 4-frame delay and it feels like better than me fighting someone in Mexico on PS4, that is not cap. That is the truth.
No. So like, here's the problem. There's the ISP matchup over here in America to worry about too.
Don't you have Verizon?
I have AT&T Fiber.
Oh,
if I remember correctly, Kizzy has Spectrum.
Oh, never mind. You got it.
It doesn't work.
Yes, say no more, because you got Spectrum.
Our locations work, but like our ISPs do not have synergy, so that doesn't work out. Hopefully, the stream can't hear my sync.
Oh, we can definitely hear the sync.
Dang.
Now I have to push my Undertale agenda to get everyone to play this goddamn game. So Marvin's doing their first playthrough, and I just made a wager with Gandito that if I beat him in tournament again, he now has to play Undertale. So I'm pushing this agenda. Have you played Undertale, fam?
No.